welcome to What is Your Power Color? Oh my goodness. So my name is Justine Hernandez, and I am founder of Passion Style Purpose, living your life not by default, but by design. I'm really excited about teaching this class today with you guys and interacting and all this amazingness, because these are tools and resources that I used on my own journey, and I hope that they will be as big as the blessing as it was for me, for you. And so like I said, as you're jumping on, please type in the chat box that if you can hear me, because I want to make sure that you get all this juicy information. All right. So before we fully get started, I want to make a couple announcements. So if you can turn off your phones or anything that's really distracting, because we want to really focus. And if you can get out a pen and a paper or a notepad. Awesome. Thank you, Elizabeth. And go ahead and get a pen and paper, because you're going to want to take notes. There's a lot of good information. And this class, this webinar is going to be 45 minutes, so we're going to power through it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to write it in the chat box. If I don't get to answer it right during the presentation, we will have a Q&A at the end. Also, during the middle of the presentation, I'm going to turn off my video so you can fully focus on the video and not me interacting with the video. So there's that, and let me see if there's anything else that I need to put on there. So, all right. So we'll get started then. Okay, so a little bit about myself. My name is Justine Hernandez, and I'm a feng shui expert and a life designer coach, as well as a teacher for the International Feng Shui School. So pretty much what Passion Style Purpose came to be was a mixture of my life journey and tools that I've used along the way to help me during my transitions and getting closer to who I am and my life purpose. And also supporting myself, because a lot of time when we're going through transitions and different things like that, I feel like there's so many emotions and so many things, and sometimes it can bog us down. So using colors was like a way to enhance and help change my mindset and change how I felt in that moment. So I used color, which is a really interesting way to change your environment by using color. I used it in my wardrobe as well as in my home. And I truly believe that on this journey of self-discovery, you're reflecting also to others. So what started me on this journey was my son. I really wanted him to be able to have the tools, and for me to be an example to him on how to deal with his everyday emotions, as well as my own emotions on a daily basis. So if you're a parent, you can totally understand where I'm coming from. You know that the way that we interact with our children, you know, our energy really impacts them. So I wanted to make sure that he felt supported. And I love connecting with people and love connecting with nature. There's a picture there with me in a beautiful field in Ireland. I just went to Ireland in August, and it was so beautiful. Went on a mystical journey around Ireland with Amanda Collins. You should definitely, I recommend that trip so much. It was such a profound and powerful trip. So, and another thing is I believe in community. So we all need to be, I feel like when you're in community, you can have so much support, and you feel like you're not alone on this journey of healing and letting go and becoming the most, becoming closer to who you are and who you're meant to be. And so that to me was really powerful. Okay, so before we fully get started, please introduce yourself and tell me one thing you love about yourself. Now, I really love this exercise because of the fact that it's a hard question to ask sometimes. What is something that you love about yourself? And one of the things that I like to, for me, my thing that I love about myself is my laugh. For years, I've always been, I've had a contagious laugh and make people laugh and smile and be happy. So please share. I would love to hear in the comments or in the chat box. What is something, introduce yourself, where you're from. I see Sandy's from Denver, welcome. And tell me something that you love about yourself. Anyone, any takers? Okay. So before we, let's see here, I would like for us to take a moment and set our intentions. So if you just want to sit in your chair or wherever you're at and just take a moment, you can put your hands over your heart. And what is it that you want to cultivate today? What would you like to learn? What is your intention for today's class? What do you want to get out of it? And you can take a nice deep inhale in and release. Awesome. Hello, Elizabeth from Southwest Ohio. I love that I'm learning more about yoga and becoming a better person. That is always powerful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. That is beautiful. Okay. So thank you for setting your intentions. And so let today be the day you love yourself enough to no longer, to just dream of a better life. Let it be the day you act upon it. So congratulations, guys. You are acting on it, and I love it. It's so awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off my video so we can get started on our presentation, okay? So let's stop my video. And you can all hear my voice still, which is good. Okay. So the purpose of using power colors specifically is to pretty much support yourself when you're in a transition phase or you are encountering whatever you're encountering in your life that is stressful, that's causing depression, anxiety, frustration, or procrastination, which is a big one for a lot of people. Also using color to enhance, so using color to feel more optimistic or feeling more passionate or wanting to cultivate more abundance. There's so many different things. Hi, Kate. So many different ways that you can use color to empower you and empower to help feel like you're more supportive while you're on this journey called life. So we're going to calculate your personal color. And the way that we do this, so we're going to take some tools from Feng Shui. So in Feng Shui, this is called your personal trigram. And so for the sake of just the terminology, we're going to call it our power color. So we're going to calculate the female trigram. So the female aspect, the female power color. Okay. So any of you are born between January or February? If you are, you can say yes or no. If you are born between January 1st and February 5th, you would go back a year. So for example, if you were born in 2007, you would go back a year, so it would be 2006, if that makes sense. Now, while we're calculating, so if you want to go ahead and calculate the year you were born, and so if you were born between January and February, you go back a year. Now, if your birthday is afterwards, after that date, then you would just continue with your birth year. And we just focus on our birth year specifically, okay? So we take the year, which is right here, 1987, or whatever year you were born, and we break it down and we add the single digits together. So 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7 equals 25. Now there's a double digit again. So we want to bring it down to a single digit. So 2 plus 5 equals 7. Okay, so after you get your single digit, we want to add 4. So we're going to look at down here. We're going to add 7 to 4. And the reason why we use number 4 is because in Feng Shui, this is considered to be to calculate your female trigram. We want to add 4. Now for males, it's different, and we'll go over that as well, so that you can use this as a fun party trick for to calculate for your friends or for your whole family, significant other, and your children if you have any. Okay, so 7 plus 4 is 11, and then we want to bring it down to a single digit, and we go 1 plus 1 equals 2. Okay, so then that will conclude that your power color is 2. Okay, now if you got a 5, your number automatically becomes an 8. In Feng Shui, we have 9 circles, and I won't go into full detail about this because it won't make sense, but there's 9 squares, and in the 9 squares, we have a number 5, which is the center, and the center actually doesn't have a gender, so we don't calculate that as a personal trigram. So we're just going to change your 5, if you're female, to an 8. Now, if that makes sense, please say yes in your chat box so I know that we are all on the same page. Awesome. Thank you, Angelina. Yes, Kate. Okay, perfect. Doing great, Levy. Hi, Alina. Okay. Now, we want to calculate the male trigram. So if you're male, you would do the same thing. So in January and February, you would go back a year once again. And if your birthday is just is after February, then you would continue with your birth year and do the calculations again, as you see here mapped out. And then you want to bring it down to a single digit. And then for males, we want to subtract 11 from your single digit number. So for example, for this, since we got 7, then we go 7 subtract 11, which is 4, and your power number is 4. Now for males, if they got a 5, if you got a 5, it would equal to number 2. So it'd be a number 2 element. Is everyone good on that? Don't be shy to use the chat box. It's okay. I won't bite, I promise. Okay. So I'm gonna give you guys a minute. So if you are all good and you got your single digit and you you added 4 or you subtract by 1, whether you're male or female, if you're good and you got your power number, please write in the chat box that you got it. Okay, Kate, you're a 2, awesome. Thank you, Elizabeth. Awesome, okay. I'm a 3. Wow, I love it. We got a lot of 2s and 3s. We got some medals. Wow. Anyone a 1? Do we have any 1s or 9s in the house? Okay. All right, so next thing, we're just gonna go through all the elemental colors, okay? So if you were a number 1, if you calculated and got a number 1 as your power color, your power number, I'm sorry, your qualities are flexible yet focused and determined. You are empathetic, artistic, and given to deep thought, but tend to worry too much and may be overly sensitive. So if that resonates with you, for a lot of the water elements, it tends to resonate with them, which is awesome. So it's always great to see how it all ties together. So the element of a number 1 is the water element, and the symbol is water, okay? So the colors that are associated with the number 1 element is blues and blacks. Now this is just the color that's associated with your element. It's not necessarily your power color, but it's still considered to be a power color because it's associated with your element specifically. Now the element that feeds or that enhances and supports the water element is the element of metal. And so those are golds and pastels and silvers and those type of colors, okay? And then the colors that aren't as supportive are the wood element, which are greens, and earth tone colors, which are browns and beiges and yellows. And please note that there's so many different colors, and these are just general like understanding about color. Yes, okay. So there's the water element. Okay, thank you. Okay, so if you got a number 2, which I'm a number 2 element, so I always enjoy number 2s, your qualities are very strong caregiver and can be a great leader, but with earthly intentions. So that's your quality. And the number 2 is associated with the earth element, and it symbolizes Mother Earth. And the colors for the earth elements are browns, yellows, and beiges. Like I said, there's a variation of earth tone colors, but these are just generalized, okay? And the element that is feeds you, that supports you and empowers you, is the fire element, which are reds, purples, oranges, like anything very fiery that reminds you of fire. Even leopard is also a great color, or not color, but pattern that you can wear with your clothing as well, that's associated with the fire element. Excuse me, if you hear me coughing or sniffling a lot, I'm getting sick because our weather's changing here in Virginia, so it's been a little funky. Okay, back to the presentation. So how the element depletes you, or it's not as supportive for you, is metal. So gold, silvers, and pastels, and the wood element, which are greens, anything in the green spectrum. Now, I personally love the color green. It's my favorite color. I'm not saying that you cannot wear this color at all. Any of these colors that I'm saying that are not as supportive for you, it doesn't mean that you cannot wear them. You should stay away. It just means more so like if you want to be in a place of empowerment, or seeing how the colors impact you, affect you, which we'll talk about later. These are just ways that you can bring together colors and have more understanding and support for yourself. And I tend to wear a lot of green colors in general, but what I do is I counteract that with my power color. So I could wear like a green dress and wear pops of red, which was supportive. So I'll wear like red heels or earrings, or even in my home, you can have accents of your power color in your house, as well as the color that's associated with your element, okay? Any questions so far? Okay, looks like everyone's good, awesome. Okay, so if you're a number 3, your qualities are usually very, are even tempered, but you can have sudden outbursts. You're like, sorry, you like to be moving and hate a job where you have to sit still for long. You're enthusiastic and can be loud at times. So those are some wood element qualities. And the element that's associated with the number 3 is a soft wood. And your symbol is thunder, okay? And your color is green because it's associated with the wood element. And the element that feeds you, that empowers you and supports you, is the water element, which is blues and blacks. The color that is not as supportive is the fire element, which are reds, purples, and oranges, as well as the metal element, which is gold, silvers, and pastels. Okay, for the number 4, if you got number 4, your element is a hard wood, and your qualities are insightful and often driven, but like the wind directions, you can change your mind abruptly and often. You tend to be very creative and artistic. Now, your symbol is wind and traveler, and your color are green as well. The element that feeds you, empowers you, is the water element, which are blues and blacks. The element that depletes you, or not as supportive, are fire colors, and metal, which is red, purples, and oranges. And the metal element are gold, silvers, and pastels. Now, if you got the number 6, number 6, your qualities are being as a natural born leader, authoritative figure. However, you can be headstrong with very strong masculine energy. Now, this doesn't mean that if you're female and you got this number, it doesn't mean that you are very masculine. It just means that you have more of a, the energy of the masculine aspect can be very strong inside of you, more so than anything. So it doesn't mean that you're masculine and you're manly and all this different stuff. It just means that you have some qualities of it, however way it manifests in your life. It could be that you're just a very powerful, powerful woman, and people respect you, and people come to you about things. They see you as a leader, stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. And your symbol, the element is hard metal, and your symbol is heaven. The colors are golds and silvers and pastels, and the element that supports you and feeds you are browns, yellows, and beiges. The element that is not as supportive is water, which are blues and blacks, and the fire element, which is reds, purples, and oranges. Let's see here. Okay. Now, if you got the number 7, Your qualities are artistic, creative, sociable, and talkative. You like things done right, and you like to lead. Your element is a soft metal, and your symbol is a marshy land, and your colors are gold, silvers, and pastels, and the element that feeds you is earth tone color, so browns, yellows, and beiges once again, and what depletes you is the water element and the fire element, so blues and blacks, reds, purples, and oranges. Now, what I find to be true a lot of the time in my journey the last few years, I met a lot of 6 and 7s that are interior designers, which I find to be really funny, an interesting correlation. And they tend to be like perfectionists, and they like everything done right, and they love beauty, and they love clean lines and all that stuff. So they're very great interior designers. So if you're an interior designer, you like designing on this call, and you're on this call and you're a 6 and a 7, that's just a funny thing to keep in mind. Okay, now if you're a number 8 element, your qualities are very stable. However, you can be stubborn, and you are very youthful. And let's see, okay, so your element is earth, and your symbol is a mountain. So imagine, like, the reason why this says you're very youthful, it's like it takes a long time for you to age, because of the fact that the mountain energy, how long does it take a mountain to age? It takes forever. So you're very fun and playful, and you're unshakable and unmovable, but you're a lot of fun simultaneously, and you have a very young spirit to you. Now, your colors are earth tones, and browns, beiges, and yellows, and the element that feeds you is the fire element, so reds, purples, and oranges. And if you like leopard, or any type of print, you can add that to your decoration or add that to your wardrobe, and that will also support you as well. And the element that is not as supportive for you and depletes you is the metal element, so gold, silvers, and pastels, and the wood element, which is anything that is green. Okay, so, and lastly, if you got a number 9, your element is fire, and your qualities are extremely active, sometimes to the point of being ill or burning yourself out. You're very passionate, however, you can be hot-tempered. And it's interesting, I've met a lot of fire element people, and they tend to burn themselves out quite a bit. They don't take breaks, or they don't take days off, and they tend to, the only time they ever take a break is when their body is just shut down. They're just like, put a fork in me, I'm done, kind of thing. So be mindful of your energy if you are a fire element, and if you're exhausted, don't push yourself to the point that you're completely burned out, because then you have to restart yourself all over again, and it doesn't always work out as well. So the number 9 is the element of fire. It's the symbol of fire. Your colors are reds, purples, and oranges, and your element that is empowering and feeds you is the wood element, so anything that's green. The element that's not as supportive is the earth and water element, so browns, yellows, and beiges, and the water element, which is blues and blacks. Does anyone have any questions so far? All prints are good. Elizabeth, or just animal prints. All prints are good. Or just animal prints. I would say just animal prints, because if you use different prints, like I don't know, like trees, or there's so many different styles out nowadays. But anything, I would say just animal print is considered to be a good for 2s and 8s. Yes, for 2s and 8s, and for the fire element, which is a number 9. So thanks for your question, Elizabeth. Anyone else have any questions? Okay, so we'll move on. Perfect. So color psychology. This is one of the, I'm gonna drink some water. Okay, so color psychology. Businesses use color psychology because color impacts us emotionally and physically. So this is one of the reasons why I really love using color as a way of supporting yourself when you're going through a transition period and you're experiencing all these different emotions on a day-to-day basis, and sometimes we're just in a funk and we can't shake it off. So why not use color to help make you feel better? So this is one of the things that I used. And okay, so businesses use it. And one of the things come to mind. So when you think of a fast food restaurant, because we're going to use this as an example, what colors come to mind when you think of fast food? You can type it in the chat box. Yellows and reds, yes. Awesome. And browns, okay. Yellows, reds, and browns. Okay, awesome. So yes, exactly. So when I think of like fast food, I think of yellows and oranges and reds, like McDonald's and In-N-Out, depending on what coast you're in. If you're in the West Coast, In-N-Out is awesome. East Coast doesn't have it, sad, doesn't work out, but it's okay. So when you think of those fast food restaurants, they want you in and out, and they want you to be happy, and they want you to be hungry. So red stimulates hunger, and yellow creates that happiness and the in and out feeling. So, but have you ever noticed that when you go to a fine dining restaurant, it's very earthy? And when I say earthy, I mean like it feels like you're in in your home and you're having a really nice juicy steak or something, if you like steak, or you're just in a restaurant and just has that ambiance where it feels so cozy and comfortable, where you can lounge for hours. And restaurants do that more so like for higher end, because they want you to spend money. So they create that comforting environment so that you can be there and be comfortable. And so that's why color psychology is so powerful, because color impacts us on a very subconscious level, which we could use to our advantage. Okay, so now we're gonna go into color, and I want you to really, this is gonna be very interactive, so please type in the box. I want you to either close your eyes or whatever pops into your mind. What do you think about? What comes to mind when you think of the color red? What emotions, what words, what items, what comes to mind when you think of the color red? Any takers? Okay. Fire, blood, yes. Apples, fire hydrants. There we go. There's a lot of fire, passion, heat, anger. Yes. Yes. Hot, fire, anger. We got a lot of anger going on the call. Republicans, yes, very much. Yes, red willies. Yes, red willies. I had red willies wellies. I didn't say that right. Wellies, there we go. I had a red wellies on in Ireland, and I love them. You could totally pop me as, I totally stand out of a crowd though, for sure. Okay, so how red impacts us, or the meaning of it. Let me move my chat box that was in my way. Okay, so red is the color of fire and blood, so it is associated with energy, war, danger, strength, power, determination, as well as passion, desire, and love. So like a lot of you guys had shared, there's a lot of that anger, there's passion, there's love, there's fire, all that fun stuff. Okay, and so how red impacts us mentally and physically: it increases enthusiasm, and it stimulates the energy and can increase blood pressure and your heart rate as well. And and it stimulates hunger. It encourages action and confidence and provides a sense of protection from fear and anxiety. So for example, if you wanted to use red, and even though red is, when we're talking about our power color, this is your power color is separate from understanding the psychology of color, because you can use color for the meanings of what you're trying to cultivate, as well as adding color that will support you. So for example, when you go into a room and you're going to a networking event, for example, and you've never been to one before, or you feel anxiety by going up to someone and talking to them about what it is that you do, wearing the color red will help you stand out and draw people to you and give you that confidence. And so it hides, like it says right there, protects you from fear and anxiety, and increases your enthusiasm. So if this is something that you are wanting to cultivate for yourself, You just wear this color red as with your power color, and it just flows the same way. Okay, if that makes sense. All right, so what comes to mind with the color orange? What do you think of when it comes to color orange? Any takers? Oranges. Yes, oranges for orange. Summer, yes. Kumquats. That was a tongue twister. Thanks, Alina. Fall colors. Okay, fall cooling, yes. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so yes, to all of those wonderful things. So I have pumpkins, I have the sunset and carrots. So how the color orange is associated with joy and sunshine and your inner child. Orange represents enthusiasm, fascination, happiness, creativity, determination, attraction, success, encouragement, and stimulation. So I really like, I really love these colors. These are wonderful ways. If you're wanting to stimulate like fertility, wearing the color orange really stimulates that, as well as if you're doing a lot of healing your inner child, wearing the color orange is really wonderful for that as well. How it impacts us mentally and physically: it stimulates activity, appetite, socialization, increases creativity, as well as your libido and fertility. So if you want some more creativity, go ahead and wear some orange, because it's really amazing for you. All right, the color yellow. So we're gonna go through this really quickly. We're gonna go through these color palettes so we only have a short period of time, and I wanna be able to get through your answers. Okay, so please go ahead and type in the chat box. Don't be shy. So when you think of the color yellow, we have bananas and sun and happiness and all that fun stuff. Daisies, there we go. Love it. Okay, and how it impacts, the color yellow is associated with joy, happiness, optimism, enlightenment, intellect, and energy. Yellow produces a warming effect, arouses cheerfulness, and stimulates mental activity, and is the color of your personal power. So if you're on a journey of self-love or on a journey of getting to know yourself, having this color around is really empowering and very helpful. I wore a lot of yellow. It helped me a lot, and I really love it. I love wearing it. So it stimulates process. It stimulates our nervous system, our memory, encourages communication, increases joy, and can be very soothing, and empowers us and supports us in our life purpose. Green. So green is the color of forests and apples and money and all that fun stuff. Symbolizes growth, harmony, freshness, fertility. Green has a great healing power. It is the most restful color for the human eye and can improve vision. So I usually recommend greens for people that are psychologists, and for psychologists or therapists or doctors' offices, things like that, having the color green or wearing the color green is very healing, and it's associated with the heart. So if you paint your environment this color, if you're doing a lot of healing, that's really good. Okay, so it soothes us, it relaxes mentally as well as physically, helps alleviate depression, the nervousness and anxiety, offers a sense of renewal, self-control, and harmony. It is also the color of money and abundance, and it supports growth and manifesting new ideas. So if that's something that you're wanting to cultivate, green is a great color to wear for those qualities. Now the color blue, no problem. No problem, Angelina. Okay, so when you think of the color blue, you think of the sky. I put Facebook there because that was funny. And the ocean. The ocean is blue, yes. Blue is associated with depth and stability. It symbolizes trust, loyalty, wisdom, trustworthiness, dependable, committed, confident, intellect, faithful, truth, and heaven. So really, really love, I love all the colors, but blue is a really great color for soothing and sedating. It cools, it aids intuition, it assists with communication and speaking our truth. Great for singers and public speakers. So like even for today, I've been experiencing some tickles in my throat. And so even today, like speaking, I wore actually a blue color. Even though blue is not my power color, I wore it to support with my throat, because the color blue is associated with your throat chakra, if you know anything about chakras. And I wore like a shawl that has my power color, which is reds and purples and all that. So I wore that in my wardrobe as a way to support myself, okay? So that there's different ways that you can go about that. And then purple. Purple is the color of royalty and lavender fields and amethyst, love amethyst. And okay, so purple symbolizes magic, mystery, spirituality, the subconscious, creativity, dignity, and royalty. So purple is a really great color for if you have a sacred area for prayer or for meditation, or if you have a yoga studio and you spend some time connecting, having purple in your environment and for those particular reasons are really great to have in there. And it uplifts, it calms the mind and the nerves, it offers a sense of spirituality, encourages creativity, and it's the color of magic and manifestation. So using that color if you want to manifest something into your life, okay? And so you can put it near a place of prayer or meditation like I shared earlier. So pink. Pink, we got, what are these called, the flowers? Cherry blossoms, there we go. Cherry blossoms and flamingos. Okay, and so how the color pink is most common color, represents youthful, fun, and excitement, while vibrant pink has had the same high energy as red, and they're essentially and passionate without being too aggressive. Now, with pink, I tend to recommend for parents that their child's bedroom is full of pink, or even if your own bedroom is over exuberant amount of pink, because it stems from the fire, from the red color that's very stimulating. If your child is having behavioral issues or having a difficult time sleeping, I would recommend changing the color of their bedroom, because of the fact that the color red is such a high-powered color. It can overstimulate the nervous system and not be able to give them a good night's sleep. So that's just a little tidbit for you guys. Bright pink stimulates energy, can increase the blood pressure, heartbeat, pulse rate, encourages action and confidence, and brings out feminine qualities. Brown, the color brown, I have, the bear, there's bark, there's leaves, of course, for the fall that we're going into right now. And brown, of course, means stability, reliability, and approachability. There's a lot of abilities in there. Feeling wholesomeness, stability, connection with the earth, and offering a sense of orderliness, and a great color for the bedroom. This is usually true. I recommend for people in general that are having a hard time finding a color that they want to paint their room. Having the color brown is usually a really great color, a fallback color, and it's recommended in general because it creates that cocoon and that rejuvenation for your body to rejuvenate itself while it's sleeping, mind, body, and spirit. Okay. And white. So we have pearls, dandelions, which I love. I used to love blowing those as a kid and making a wish. So white is associated with light, goodness, innocence, purity, neutrality. It's considered the color of perfection, and white means safety, purity, and cleanliness. So I was just talking with my sister. She's a nurse in the ER, and she was telling me that the hospital requires them to wear white scrubs because their clientele is from an older generation of during World War II, when the nurses actually wore white, and with their cute little outfits, their dresses, and all that stuff. So to create that that trustworthy for them to trust them and all that stuff, it creates that innocence, that purity. They wear white. So I found that to be very interesting. how the color psychology, like how it impacts people and their decisions if they trust someone or not. So it aids mental clarity, encourages to clear clutter and obstacles. So if you have the clutter and you're having a hard time with it, there we go. Here's some adding some white or painting your whole house white, maybe. I don't know. Okay, it invokes purification of thought or action and enables fresh beginnings. It's like a fresh canvas, so why not? Okay, the color black. So we got Batman for the male. We want to put some male energy on that. And we have the black cat and the little black dress. So black is associated with power, elegance, formality, death, evil, and mystery. Black is a mysterious color associated with fear of the unknown. Okay. Feeling inconspicuous, restful emptiness, mysterious, invoking a sense of potential and possibility and protection. So the reason why I bring this up when it comes to with color in general, the meanings and how it impacts us is so powerful, because when we're going through our own journey and we need that extra support or that extra encouragement to get us out of our funk or to enhance aspects in our life that we want to enhance, using color or seeing the colors that you gravitate towards in a very like subtle way helps you understand where you're at. Because I don't know about you, have you ever had like these weird, like had emotions and you're just like, where is this depression's coming from, or where's this anxiety coming from, and you're not able to shake it off, but you're gravitating towards certain colors in your home or in your wardrobe in general, can give you a measuring stick on what's going on subconsciously and how to address that in general by using a different color to help empower you. Like for example, if someone, I've seen a lot of people, they wear black because they're in a transition period and they're dealing with a lot of emotions, or they don't want to be seen, so they wear a lot of black. And it's because they're feeling all those different emotions. But I would usually recommend add some color, and you could do it very like a little piece at a time. Like maybe if you really like wearing black because it just makes you feel protected and makes you feel comfortable, add a scarf that adds your power color. Like if you're a fire element, add like a really beautiful red scarf or something, just to add your power color so you're feeling supported, but you're also honoring where you're at simultaneously, if that makes sense. So does anyone have any questions so far? We have one little bit left. All right, hello. So please, I'm here to your disposal. What kind of questions do you have for me when it comes to your power color and how to implement it and support yourself in your life? Any questions? How about wallets? Great question. So with your power color, you can get wallets that are associated with that color, like to help bring in or enhance money coming to you or welcome more money coming to you as a way of abundance. So because I'm a number 2 earth element, I actually have a red wallet, and to enhance my prosperity or enhance my abundance. So, and also keeping your wallet clean is great too. So that's a good way to enhance your abundance, is using wallet color or purse color. So there's so many things that you could use color for. It's amazing. It's amazing all the things that you can use color for. So how I was sharing with you, I'm actually wearing blue. So this is blue that I'm wearing, and I have my power color, which is my red scarf, and it has multiple colors on it, but I'm wearing it as a way to enhance, support my blue, but also empower me simultaneously. And I like scarves anyway, or shawls. Okay, so I wanted to share with you lastly before we end, if you haven't gotten our message yet, okay, 1 second. So we just painted the entire house minus 2 bedrooms and upstairs in the yoga studio, and it's a soft purple. Sherman Williams. Okay. How does that feel for you, Elizabeth? Do you like that color in the room? Does it resonate with you? Oh, okay, okay. And it's a soft purple. We just painted the entire house, minus 2 bedrooms and upstairs. Okay. Yes. So if you're going to, so what you're saying is you painted, okay, we painted the entire house. So I'm sorry, are you saying that you painted your whole house minus 2 rooms and the yoga studio purple, or did you paint the yoga studio purple? Just the purple was in there, was the right color. Okay. Spirituality, yes. If you are looking to put the purple in your yoga studio, I would totally recommend it. Yes. Yes. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay. Yes. So Elizabeth, yeah, if you, that's awesome. You already you trust your intuition and trusting your gut, and you already got the color. That is awesome. So yes, painting that color, having that soft purple would be really great in your yoga studio, especially if that's your place of meditation or where you go and do your prayers and meditation and intentions and stuff like that, as well as your yoga. So awesome. That is really great. Okay, so before we get off, I want to share with you a couple of things. So if you would like some more support on how to implement your power color into your home or into your wardrobe, anything like that, or if you any other things that you want to talk about with your power color and how to implement it, sorry. I talk really fast sometimes, so I stumble over my words. So if you want to, if you need some extra support on how to implement your power color into your space and in your wardrobe, things like that, during your times of transition or just to empower yourself, I'm offering a session for $97, and it includes, if you sign up, we'll be giving you a PDF of some power colors. And this is an infograph, and it also shows your power directions that are associated with your element that we didn't have time to talk about today. So that's something that you can sign up for, and I can put in the, I'll put in the chat box. Oops. Oops. Okay, so in the chat box, hold on one second, because I want to make sure that I get to, oh my goodness. I want to make sure that you guys have all this information. Okay, so if you want to sign up for some additional help for your power color and implementation, it's $97, and there's a link below, and it will also be sent to your email as well as the video of today's recording. Okay, so if you're interested, I have 13 slots available, and so I only have 13 slots available. So if you want to sign up, hurry up before they get taken up. As well as I'm also going to be teaching a class on October 14th called Awaken Your Potential. So we'll be taking you on a journey of your dreams and passions once forgotten, where we'll empower and motivate you to take action with your own action, which is so empowering. So I get to help facilitate that and empower you on that journey. And so that as well is $97, and the price will go up on November 4th to $180. And there's the link below for you to sign up. And this link as well will be given to you in your email as well with the call, with the recording of today's session. So I really enjoyed chatting with you guys and getting to know you, and thank you so much for taking your time today and coming and spending time with me and hearing all these wonderful, juicy, exciting colors that you can now use and empower yourself. So please sign up as soon as you can on how to implement it into your life. You'll get this amazing, like, beautiful PDF infograph of like details about the different colors that you can use, your power direction, and all that fun stuff. So so yeah, that's pretty much all that I got for you. Do you have any questions before we end our session today? You're very welcome, Elizabeth. I hope you guys have a fabulous day and many blessings, and sending you guys so much love. And I hope you have a fabulous evening. And thank you so much for spending time with me. And have a lovely day. Bye.